Alright guys, what we're talking about right now is the Moro reflex and how to check for that. So again, that was that startle reflex. So in order to check for the Moro reflex, there's an audible part to it and there's also a vestibular part to it to see if they startle to either one of those. So actually what I do in my practice is I'll put a little pulse ox thing on their finger. It's not required, but I'll put it on there just so I can see their pulse and know what their resting pulse is. And then when we start trying to activate the Moro reflex, you can see if that autonomic response happens where it starts to shoot up their pulse. So if I were to do that, I would just put on that pulse ox, see what his pulse is, and then from there, I'd have him stand up. And then the first part you can check for is you're going to just make a loud noise or clap. So what you can do is just make a clap like that. And you can do it several times, and what you're looking for, I can have you face the camera, what you're looking for is you'll do this, and then if it's not there, if it's normal, he'll just stand there like this because he doesn't have the reflex, whereas he does, then you're going to do this, and he'll either clap every time or he's going to startle every time, and you can just keep doing that. So that's one part of it, and another part you can test for this Moro reflex.
And with that, when you do that, the first couple of times you clap, it's perfectly normal to blink, blink, blink. But then after like 2 or 3, they should start just being like, hey, this dude's clapping behind me, and they should stop blinking, blinking, blinking. But if it's present, the more you clap, it'll get stronger and stronger. And then you might even see their arms starting to come up with it as well, and getting that big response the more you go. Or it could just be blink, 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 blink every time. That's still a positive for the auditory portion.
Yeah, so it's a normal response because you're not ready for it the first couple times, but then if it's a reflex, you're gonna keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, and you're not gonna be able to filter it out.
Yeah.
So another way to test for it is you can lay down. I'm gonna do the laying down one here. So what he's gonna do is lay down, and then what I have him do is I'm just gonna have him put his arms up like this, and I say just keep your arms like this. And I'm actually gonna scoot you just a little bit further this way. Good, perfect. So then if he doesn't have it and it's completely normal, what you'll do is you'll just kind of abruptly drop his head like this, and you're looking to see if his arms are moving at all, and you're also seeing that autonomic response. Is he taking that deep breath in? Is he going, every time you're dropping it, does he take deep, big breaths when you're doing it? So this, nothing different happening there. Whereas, and then if it is positive and he does have that Moro reflex, you'll just let him give you all of his weight of his head, and you'll drop it down. You'll feel that big breath that they're taking in, and then you'll also want to watch their arms. They'll kind of come out a little bit like this. It's a little harder to, you can come up, it's a little harder to tease out in that laying down position versus the standing up.
Yeah, and another way that I check it standing up is, if you stand right here, Steven, is another way you want to look for that kind of that autonomic response, or that big, you can just take their head and tip it back quickly and look to see if they bring in that big breath with it, and again, they're startling, and then you can look at their pulse ox and see, did that elevate dramatically?
If you have a really small child, you can also do a trust fall because they'll think it's a game. So, you could have them turn around and say, okay, let's do a trust fall. When I clap, I want you to fall back into me. Kids with a Moro reflex are not going to be able to do a trust fall because they're going to be too scared to do it. They're going to catch themselves, and they won't let themselves do that.